In this Workshop Chronicles video, we're introducing our home addition and renovation project on our existing home. So we're going to be talking about what our plans are, where we started, what we intend to do, how we're going to do it, and where we're at and where we're going. So let me tell you about the backstory of this house and our relationship to it. We officially moved in at the end of September last year, and we've been here about 6 months, but we actually saw it last February, and our initial offer on the home was made in July. So we've had a bit of time to think about what we want to do with the house. We've lived in it and have a pretty good idea of where we want to take it. So to give you a rundown of what we bought, we've got a single-story house with a walkout basement. The basement right now is unfinished. It's about 1,500 square feet, and then the main living area above it is 1,800 square feet. 2 bedroom, 2 bath. It's a modular home, meaning it was built off-site, trailered in, and assembled in 2 pieces. It's got a traditional foundation underneath of it, and the big drawback to everything is there's no garage here. So I want to talk about our vision for the house. We're going to be building a garage with living space above it. We've got everything staked out right now in rough proximity of where it's going to be. First off is the outside corner of the addition. That'll connect straight to the house, and then back, and then into the remaining corner, so the house will become a bit of an L shape. Beyond here, we're working on a 24 by 10 greenhouse, and then out front is going to be a long deck that connects into the existing deck. So one of our big goals with this project is to be building as close to net zero as possible, which is a very lofty goal given the existing structure and some of the design choices we're making with the addition. Eventually we're looking at incorporating solar and then some high efficiency heating and cooling systems. So I can't promise we're going to get to net zero, but we're going to be shooting for it along the way.
Spot will power our home.
Yes.
Single-handedly.
For this project, we're going to be doing most of the work ourselves. My father-in-law, father, and I will be the primary builders. We'll be getting help with the foundation, and I've already assembled a team to help me with heating and cooling. The floor plans we're working with an architect on, and then we have a green building advisor that's going to be helping with some of the details on how to make the home as efficient as possible. Our ultimate goal right now is to get the shell up before the snow flies, so that means we're going to have the roof on, the windows, garage doors, all that stuff in, siding on. So basically the house is going to be protected from the weather come winter. Beyond that, we'll be working on the finish work and the inside details. So far, what we've done in preparation is we've been working on the plans between my wife and I for about 6 months, and we engaged with an architect about 2 months ago, and since then we've been working through the floor plan details and getting the plans to a point where we can get rough materials estimates so we have an understanding of how much the shell is going to cost. From a logistical standpoint, we bought a backhoe so that we can do our own excavation and trench work, which we expect is going to basically pay for itself. Last week we had our energy consultant come out and perform a blower door test on the existing home. The blower door test basically tells us how airtight our house is and how many air changes per hour are occurring in the house. A higher number means a less efficient airtight structure, lower number is more efficient. We're waiting on getting the results back from that, but basically how the existing home performs is going to tie into what we do with the new part of the home. In preparation for building, we're working with the power company to move our meter box off the house. Yeah, some genius decided to build the ramp to the deck in front of the box so you can hardly open it. So we're pretty excited to get this thing moved. But that has to be moved before we can do any serious digging here. We also have water lines from our boiler running out that we'd like to preserve if we can. Then of course our internet connection and phone line is right under here too, so I'm working with the service provider for that. And then over on our left we have a propane line that will be in close contact with. So that's kind of the underground work that has to happen yet, but ahead of that we're going to be taking the deck apart and preserving as much of the material as we can. And then we have a handful of trees to take down that we're also going to try and we'll probably get some decent lumber out of the oak tree there that we'll use for interior work.
I think our building inspector is here.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me. Have you inspected our Have you inspected our are we good? Are we in compliance? I think we're good.
Yeah.
You think we're good?
Yeah, we've got our building permit, so we can break ground when we're ready here. We've obviously got a call digger hotline too. So to follow along on this green building adventure, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram, and head on over to workshopchronicles.com to stay up to date.